Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, we just went ahead and got finished our Festival Diane summons, and if you guys haven't seen those, I'd highly recommend giving them a watch. They were super I'm not going to spoil the video actually, but go ahead and give those a watch. But here we are with the first Diane showcase, and I was thinking of units to showcase with Diane. I mean, some of the more favorited or some of the more hype units in the game I feel at the moment is definitely this Melissa. I feel like she generated so much hype, like such a crazy amount, and we knew we were getting Festival Diane, and still so many people summoned on this Moleskula. And then other than that, of course, the TRAITOR MELIODAS. I mean, the greatest unit in the game. I still haven't tried out Diane yet, these are first impressions, but we'll see. Will she be able to dethrone MELIODAS? Who knows? I mean, I have my doubts, that's for sure, but here we go. The first card here inflicts pulverized damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. If the hero has 4 or more ultimate move gauge orbs, removes 1 orb from the enemy's ultimate move gauge. Pretty much the same card as the Jack of Light Gotha. The second card here assumes a stance for 3 turns, which increases HP related stats by 30% and taunts enemies. The ultimate here, which we do have 2/6, inflicts quell damage equal to 415% of attack on all enemies, then heals HP of all allies by 5% of damage dealt. And last but not least, the passive, which is just an absolute paragraph. When taking damage from enemy, increases the hero's damage dealt by 10% up to 50%, combines up to 500% damage taken by skills and skill effects, then increases damage dealt by 20% of accumulated amount, then decreases allies damage taken by 40% while the stance is activated. Once again, just an absolute paragraph. Jumping over to the gear here, we do have a HP defense set. I will actually go ahead and chuck a couple hammers into this just before we jump into our first match, and then looking at the closet, we do of course have her completely maxed out. So really excited to give her a shot. Still can't believe the fact that we actually got to the second year of global, but damn, I mean, let's just jump straight into it. And here we go, let's see our first opponent. Unfortunately, we will be just a little lacking on the CC front. Don't get me wrong, we do still have some pretty amazing CC, but our barn is unfortunately on the crit chance and crit damage rolls, so that's right, it is what it is. What do you want to go for in this first turn? I mean, we really don't have to worry about the Ludosia whatsoever. I think I might just go for this here. We'll go ahead and proc basically both parts of the melee passive, and we'll get the Diane spinning started. Now, from what I heard on JP, this was so absurdly loud, especially when you get 2 of the Dianes going. But I mean, at this point, it isn't like super obnoxious. I mean, I'm glad that is the first talking point of this Diane, just how loud the spinning effect is. I don't know, maybe we'll have to wait and see if hopefully we get a like Diane versus Diane in this video. And my oh my, is she tanking well. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have the Moleskula here. Unfortunately, I do not have the lifesteal rolls on Moleskula, so she could be tanking even better here, but hey, not too bad. I feel like at this point we pretty much wrap up. We kill off the Meliodas here. I'm sure we could finish them off with these cards here, rushing the Melee ultimate as well. At that point, like, Melee is so insanely powerful, and I'm definitely glad they didn't put him as a side unit on this banner and instead gave us Kingders. Way too early. I know it'd be pretty much his next banner to be released as a coin, but there was no way they were doing that. And do we really just kill everyone in this next card? No, okay. Escanor and Ludosia will still survive. I mean, I expect Dan to just be an absolutely absurd tank. I definitely feel like she will rival the Red Matrona. I feel like with the fact that she's like the latest and greatest unit, she should definitely be better than Matrona. And I mean, the fact that Matrona is used in just so much content, like, it is crazy. The fact that you instantly make her like one of the best units for both of the Demonic Beast battles, she instantly becomes one of like the most needed units in the entire game. Let's see, Diane, yeah, still tanking fairly well. I have got the, what's the word I'm looking for? I've got the Droll Association on Diane, so could be regenerating just a little bit more HP if we had the Tamio one, but let's see, we'll throw this extra single target card out, get just a little bit more damage on my melee, and let's see what we can hit for damage here. Hoping for like a 1 mil attack stat to start off the video. Just shy, that's alright. Hey, it's still a real impressive match for Diana. Look at all the rock particles going around today, they look sick. And of course, as always, we did try and kind of like match everyone when it comes to colors. I do really like all of the Diane costumes. All of them are so well done, but I don't know, this one, I feel like there's going to be quite a few people that don't really like this skin, but I don't know, all of her skins are really good. She has also got that kind of like frozen one, which I feel like we did get like an exact replica of that for the Halloween Diane. I might see if I can, I don't know, I just feel like they are like exact replicas, like so close, that's for sure. But let's see, probably not the greatest dying turn. I did pretty much just do that for the fact that we can maximize card draw, but I feel like this is going to definitely be one of the better Diane teams as well. I mean, at this point, pretty much pairing up anyone with Moleskula, not only is she just an amazing unit, but the fact that she completely counters the Christmas or Awaken Lilia, like Kyo kind of, the third unit you can substitute either the TRAITOR Melee or Executioner, or sorry, Excalibur Arthur, but it's up to you really. That is by far the best team in the game at the moment, but Can we kill the melee here? Let's go 1, 2, and 3. Will we actually get the Ult Drain? I'm not too sure, because we're on 4 ultimate gauge. You don't have to be on the 4 going to 5. Yeah, there we go. That'll pretty much wrap up the Meliodas there. And like, most of the time, or like most of the teams you face using Traitor Meliodas, the second he's dead, there's not really like a crazy amount to worry about. Like, who comes into the front? Yeah, Zeldris is a really good unit, don't get me wrong, and like definitely one of the highest CC units in the back. I was actually going to use him in the back of this team, but I don't know, I just figured we'd put Barn. It's been a hot minute since I've used Barn. I pretty much just always resort to the Fest Executioner Zeldris, and that's just because he is so insanely good. But the end, also having the 2-turn taunt on level 1 is just the greatest thing. I'm so glad they gave it to her, because I probably wouldn't use her anywhere near as much if she did only have that 1 turn. Let's see if... Actually, we don't even have to worry about tanking the Escanor ultimate, because we can just remove the ultimate gauge there. Yeah, having ult control with Moleskia as well is another great thing. I'm surprised that they actually gave her the same ult removal card. Like, this card has been out pretty much since global release. The first global banner was the... No, it was the Red Melon. Okay, but like very early on in the global lifespan, and I don't know, I feel like we'll... sometime soon, I mean, I know each new character they give the card to, they do have even better stats, but like, for some of the old characters, maybe giving the card like just a little bit of a buff, or maybe like a new rendition of the card would definitely be nice. Let's see though. Unless he has like a 2-star demonic Hellzone card here on the Zeldris, he can't like seal out ultimate. We'll be able to get it off. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Inflicts. Can we kill here? That's the real question. That should pretty much wrap things up though. First I'm actually seeing the animation as well. Unfortunately, won't be able to see the full animation. Actually, I do quite remember that from the trailer. 500,000 damage, 2-6. Not too bad. She's a HP defense character as well, so you're not kind of like relying on her to do damage. And that for a 2-star with 0 ultimate gauge is really, really impressive, because like, you can see the Jack of Light go through, do absurd amounts of damage with that card at max ultimate gauge. But hey, not too bad a start, and I'm definitely glad we came up against this team. A real player as well, so we'll definitely get the best showcase with this team. Let's see how we do. We do of course have the Moleskia, which completely nullifies 2 of his units, but I have had showcase in the past where just with the sheer amount of work Traitor Meliodas puts in, you can still end up winning some of these matchups, which is so absurd, the fact that he's that powerful. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't break or ruin the game. Like, you can sue other teams and win. It's just like, if you get the right card RNG and whatnot, like stuff goes your way. Once again, we did also have really bad card RNG on our side. God damn, even just using the dissolve was enough, like, to give her that kind of like AoE, like the, sorry, not AoE, enough of the debuff damage to actually do quite a bit with that single target. Ugh, not the greatest start. Yeah, let's go 1. I would really like to have like buff removal for Meliodas. That'd be kind of nice. Let's just go 2 and 3 here. Get the taunt up on Diane. We shouldn't really need to worry about a whole bunch more. Once again, if he has really good card draw on like the Christmas Wake and Lilia single targets and the Meliodas single targets, or even some like AoEs here, could probably finish off Moleskia. I might have been better going for the... once again, we did proc the second half of Meli's passive, the damage reduction. Just scary though, coming up against this team, that's for sure. And I think in this next turn, we might actually go ahead and use another Diane taunt, and then use her attack card, and then the melee. Oh, how about, yeah, we'll go for that play if he doesn't use the dissolve card. Losing Moleskia there, so we're going to lose quite a bit of our tanking ability. Ooh, starting to look worse and worse for us. Jeez. Okay, since we do have an extra one of these cards, I will go ahead, go this, and I think I might chuck out the AoE for Meliodas, just so we can get as much lifesteal as possible. I did definitely expect this to still be a hard matchup. I mean, hey, who knows? Oh my god. Wait, hold on. No way does that just absolute, just massive long paragraph of passive actually mean something, right? She can output damage? I mean, granted, she's at the max ultimate gauge, but holy... Like, he had like, what, like 3 turns of the damage reduction built up, and like a whole bunch of single target buffs, like... Damn, okay, maybe Diane is just a little bit absurd. Let's see how much damage this ultimate does, because if she can get that off single target cards, surely this is like a 1,000,000 tax stat. Well, that's gonna be a nut. Yeah, never mind. I knew that was gonna be a crazy amount of damage on Diane. I honestly thought she might have been able to tank it though, but unfortunately not. Who's got ultimate here? No one's got ultimate. That's alright. We'll go ahead and get rid of you. Your cards are still annoying me, especially with the fact you can still get debuffs on me. Yeah, I have to sing. Obviously, you'd like disable the ignite, so like here it basically does nothing, but you can still throw out the dissolve card and do just a little bit. You still saw Diane just get absolutely one-tapped by a 2 card there, so don't get me wrong, still don't sleep on that Christmas Wake and Lilia. She is absurd. and another Traitor MELIODAS in our team. I mean, it is obviously going to be what we're going to be seeing pretty much throughout all of the DN showcases. If you're not using Traitor MELIODAS, it is just such a good character to invest in. The fact that it's the main character as well, pretty much everyone has the UR gear built for him as well. Let's see, I'm feeling like this is pretty much going to be our starter play. Trying to like maximize card draw. And if we can get like a melee single target card, I feel like we're going to try and hold on to just for a little bit. Maybe even holding on to the Diane single target as well, just until she takes some of that damage and she can like have her passive proc a little bit and she can start dealing quite a bit of her own. Let's see how I mean, we have pretty much like held on to the Molecular shield the whole time. I just feel like her shield like isn't the most craziest use. Like if we had gotten that 3-star shield in the previous match, I definitely would have used that, but like I don't know, it's at the point where like it's just not that crazy. It's like, but at the same time, if you give her the Goddess Lit shield, she becomes the best unit in the game. Like, well, probably not like the best. Like Traitor MELIODAS is still like just what he can provide for the team with the second half of his passive is also crazy. Let's see, I might go for why not? We'll just throw it out for the time being. Yeah, well, what he can provide for the whole team with the second part of his passive is insanely broken. But yeah, having that Goddess Lit shield, like you can see what it does to just like any regular card. Like the second you just like disable the skill effect, they almost do nothing. Like you can have full 3-star cards and it only just manages to break the shield. And that's on like level 2 and like 1 Goddess Lit shields. It is so broken. Let's see, yeah, once again, get rid of the Traitor MELIODAS, the threat. The main threat, at least, of the team is kind of destroyed. Can we maybe... we will start kind of just throwing these single target cards into Melon, since she actually does have quite a low HP pool. As long as you can, like, dwindle her down with those weaker cards. We are forced to attack into Escanol. Not like we can rush ult with Diane, so I might go ahead and go for this play instead. Hopefully it doesn't get the merge there. If not, we'll see how well Diane can tank it. Okay, yeah, there we go. Get the taunt up again. I probably should have done a team with Gotha in it, actually. That way we could have seen the rank 3 cards for the first showcase with Diane. That's right, I'll make sure to use Gotha in the next PvP video. That way we can actually show those off, because, I mean, pretty much unless, like, if you're not using Halloween Gotha or Red Gotha, it is near impossible to get level 3 cards for a showcase character. Don't get me wrong, it is doable. Like, we are really, really close to the level 3 single target card from Melee, but, like, not using any of those cards in this next turn would be foolish of me. Like, we pretty much have to. Let's see, let's go 1, 2, and actually I might go ahead. Go 1, 2, and 3. I feel like that'll pretty much get the job. We know we can't get any merges here, and that should finish off Merlin, if I'm not mistaken. We've done quite a bit of damage to her. Oh, please, if this AoE doesn't kill, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, yeah, no, that's definitely killing. Perfect. I mean, yeah, this team is absolutely just tearing through these matches, and just look at the crazy amount of like Ray buffs and just buffs in general. Everyone has like, I always get amazed when just like farming the has Valga raid that like you look at your team and just every character has like 6 gray buffs. They've got millions and millions of blue buffs as well. Like it's crazy just how like not even power creep, but just like the way we play the game has changed oh so much. Let's see here. I might just go full send with the Diane cards. I feel like she might actually be able to finish everyone off here. Like with the amount of ult gauge she has, yeah, she's going to be hitting some really good damage. Might have to potentially do some like attack crit damage sets with Diane, maybe even using Ludo. Hold on, it has been a hot minute since I've used Ludo. 300,000 by the way, please. Okay, yeah, no, I was overestimating her way too much there. But yeah, I do still think some teams with her, at least 1 or 2 showcases with her on the attack crit set would be pretty interesting. Finally getting the level 2 taunt to start off the match. We will go for, yeah, no, why not? His melee did get the merger there, so we'll go for this, activate the melee passive, and then go for the Diane card there. Definitely glad Meliska has that single target card to be a lot more painful. I just don't want to have to use the melee single target card turn 1. Like, we can definitely build up just a couple more buffs on him before we go ahead and use those. Don't get me wrong, he still does amazing damage without the buffs, but him being an amplify character, you definitely want to use them. I also feel like we can definitely get rid of his Meliodas, even with just the 2 single target cards. Like, I know I'm definitely going to go for the AoE after because they're going to merge in them. We'll get the merger on the Molecular shield cards, but we'll be fine here. This match, like, I know sometimes this where, like, certain teams are just built, like, where if you go first and you get the right card RNG, or just, like, turn 2, you can just, like, tell you've won matches sometimes. 1, 2, and 3. That pretty much does this one. Let's see, I'm still surprised, like, the kind of damage she is outputting. I'm honestly like a huge fan of the polarized card. Obviously there is the inconsistency, unfortunately not killing melee there. There is the inconsistency of like just not having ultimate gauge for the character. And like sometimes, you know, if you have like a whole bunch of cards and you have the ultimate as well, sometimes you might want to use the single target cards after the ultimate to maybe try and like loop back around to the DN ult. But in saying that though, I don't feel like her being like a HP defense kind of like taunt character, you're not going to want to like rush her ultimate a crazy amount. Like, you're probably a lot better getting the utility out of her single target cards. That's for sure. And like, here we go. Like I said before, it is still possible to get level 3 cards for characters, but of course it isn't Melee Showcase. Let's see, I can... What do I want to go for? Surely you can just kill everyone with these 2 AoEs and then we can just finish Barn off with the level 3, right? Surely, Melee? If you could hit some crits, that'd also be great. I know you don't like doing it, but it would be sweet. Okay, full Holy Relic activated here. Surely he can't tank this, right? Yeah, look at that. 300,000 to wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's showcase. I mean, hey, super happy with how this Diane showcased. Cannot wait. We do have a whole bunch of showcases with her planned for the channel, but I mean, do also have a whole bunch of other stuff related to the 2nd year anniversary. So if you guys are interested in that, of course, leave a like on the video and subscribe. But yeah, once again, that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.